Las Vegas Discount.net's the best there is. Save up to 50% on your next Vegas trip. And travel, rental, shows, and tours. Find the deals you're looking for. Las Vegas Discount.net. Las Vegas Discount.net. If you're going to Vegas for deals that are the best, visit Las Vegas Discount.net.
FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee, talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Net Radio!
Hola, soy Julio César Chávez.
And lights out, baby. Lights out all day.
This is Sugar Ray Leonard, and you listen to Fight Net Radio.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a radio show. It ain't a one-hour television spectacular.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
We gon' know. I got eyes and ears everywhere. I got friends all over the world, man.
Who gives a shit with Whitey? He's a piece of crap.
With a tear in my eye.
Viral. This episode of Fight Net Radio is going to be viral, everybody. Hello, my name is Lee Honish. I'm joined by Andrew Labouche. Wonderful. Welcome to the wonderful world of Fight Net Radio. We're going to take it up a speed and get it going for you because Andrew and I did 20 minutes that kind of recorded, didn't recorded. It's the whole thing. I shorted out my computer twice. I rebooted my computer twice. So we're going to do this from the beginning so you guys get a clear and concise show. First of all, go to FightNetRadio.com. We are the only completely influenced fight talk show since 2006. And the guy joining me all that time is my wonderful friend, Andrew Labouche. Happy New Year, Andrew.
Happy New Year. How's it going, Lee?
Fantastically. Let's start right off, Andrew. Before we started the show, then I tried to record the show and screw that show up. You were talking about the Boxing Writers Association of America and their top 10 list. And we had said last week when we reviewed the rings and basically everybody else's, we saw some flaws and some names that were definitely left off. So give me the BWAA's selections for this decade's top fighters.
Yeah, well, the decade nominees were Saul Alvarez, Floyd Mayweather Jr., Manny Pacquiao, Andre Ward, and Vladimir Klitschko. And I think that the names Klitschko and Ward were left off the other list. Am I correct? Wasn't it like Rungansai and
in fact, Sor Rungansai, Chocolito Gonzalez, like they were really.
Yeah,
How did Chocolito make the goddamn list?
Chocolito,
dude?
where's that the guy? Yeah.
How the fuck did Chocolito get on the list?
I have
How did
no
he get
idea.
on the list for the past decade?
And so when I seen this list, I'm supposed to vote, right? I'm part of this thing, so I got to go vote for my guy. Or what fighter, not my guy, because my guy would be Canelo. But last week we already sketched Canelo off, Lee. Just hasn't done enough in this decade to give him that title yet. I think he would be more of the next decade that Canelo goes after it big. Klitschko is a big runner-up, but the two that I have is gonna be Manny Pacquiao and Andre Ward, in my opinion. Manny Pacquiao is got a big argument here to take Floyd Mayweather down again on this boxer of the decade, just because of pure activity. Is that a good word? What is the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, no, it's look, activity, and look, I've always said this, and I've talked about it on the show. I'm a fan of the IBO's computerized rankings. I know you disagree with them frequently, but I like the IBO system, right? I like the way that they try to. Maybe it's my background or the way that I'm wired. I always just seem to be into those aspects, right? I'm always just sort of into that. That's kind of like my gig. I like being able to see like a clear reason why that is, right? I like that just for me. So when you talk about this list seems extremely rational to me. And I like rational discussions about boxing. The truth is, boxing writers, boxing photographers, people offstage, backstage, you know this. Everybody is emotional. He didn't talk to me. He didn't give me a story. He didn't stop to talk to me, blah, blah, blah. I don't like what he said. He didn't give me a scoop. I said it the first time we were recorded, and I'm not trying to be a jerk about it, but boxing writers feel very empowered, right? Especially if you're on a big site like Boxing Scene or ESPN. Like, Steve Kim carries a lot of weight, right? And if Steve Kim thinks you're a dick, right, Steve Kim's not going to write about you. Same for Dan Rayfield. Dan Rayfield is the biggest bitch writer ever, right? I've watched him get pissed off.
I know, but you can't. I'm not going to do this with you. Manny Pacquiao won Fighter of the Decade not because he's approachable. I'm sorry. It's what he was doing in the ring.
Nobody answers questions.
Floyd answers
But he is
questions.
approachable as well.
And I've told...
Well, nobody likes what Floyd has to say.
Yes, I agree with you on that. But he is approachable. Floyd will take photos with media members. I mean, I've never seen him kick a guy out or he's had disagreements, of course, but he's never abused his power. Okay, so I don't think this is going to be... Listen, in 2010, Floyd Mayweather fought Sugar Shane Mosley, and that was it. 2011, Victor Ortiz, and that's it. 2012, Miguel Cotto. Like, bro, it's one fight per year. I don't know how where Manny's fighting, 2 fights. One of them's always a Super Bowl. Like, he has fights with Juan Manuel Marquez that were going up for Fight of the Year, right? These things were action-packed. Yes. He had the fight with Cotto. I don't know. Hey, Manny, listen, if Manny wins this thing, Floyd's gonna hate the media members forever. He's gonna hate all of us forever. He's never does he even show up at a BWAA event?
Well,
Manny's gonna hold 2 trophies.
Just so you know, for BWAA events, Andrew, just because I know this is a fact, the Money Team and PBC both have been very strong supporters of almost everything for the BWAA, strongly. So I don't know. I really don't know what happens if Floyd doesn't get Fighter of the Decade. Like, if his ego won't allow it. I mean, I'm sure he wants it. I'm sure he's trying to influence for it. I'm sure he'd buy it if he could.
Floyd Mayweather has from 2010 to 2019 boxing matches. Floyd has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fights. Manny Pacquiao has like 16, bro.
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao just got done beating the undefeated Keith Thurman for a title in the 2019. Floyd hasn't gotten in the ring since 2015. It's real hard, man. I know money-wise, you guys, I hear you, and I've always said that. You know that. Bring your calculator when you talk about Floyd.
He's the greatest moneymaker in boxing history.
The greatest moneymaker.
He's the greatest moneymaker ever. Right.
You throw that shit at us all day, and I agree.
All day, all
talk about action-packed and who's done more. I mean, you know what? I know Mayweather could have went to Australia and packed 48,000 in against Jeff Horn, but did he do it? No. Manny Pacquiao did. You know what that did for the sport of boxing? You know what those 3 million views did for ESPN? I know Floyd could have done it, but did he do it? That's right. Floyd's whole career. That's you guys got to understand this. It's his whole career. We all know he could have done it. Could he have fought in Paul Williams? Damn right he could have. Could he have fought in Sergio Mora, Antonio Margarito, Andre Berto when he was undefeated? What was Berto when HBO was in love with him? What is he, like 22-0-21? Well, no part of that man at that point, and he probably would have beat him. I'm not saying he loses, but that's his whole career. This Katsuya Zhu probably would have beat him, but did he do it?
Would have been a great fight.
Awesome fight. Holy shit, bro. When he goes to lightweight, he has an undefeated Sugar Shane Mosley there that he could put a fight on. But did he do it? Yeah, he does it when he's 30, what, 2? 33? Come on. So
Hi, everyone.
I love. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm moving forward. You told me to keep the show moving because I blew
Yes.
20 minutes the first time.
Yeah. You're
So
right.
there you go. Hey, everybody. Go
And
to
the second,
fightnetradio.com.
Lee, I wish you would put in an argument for Klitschko because I didn't look up Klitschko. Andre Ward's my strong second. Andre Ward comes into this decade in the middleweight tournament, and that did a lot for not only Showtime boxing but the middleweights. That was kind of lost for a while there. This put everybody on the map. This actually also closed up ties between the UK and America. Am I mistaken by that? A lot more fighters started crossing the pond to fight over here when Carl Froch and Arthur Abraham became and just became so successful coming over here and fighting. Chad Dawson. It's a great fight with Andre Ward. And then you have the Klitschko back-to-backs. He retires in 2017, but the way he retired is pretty good. Andre's a strong second. Andre, for me, is more not what he did in just a decade. It's his body of work that I think is underrated on Andre Ward. So if he doesn't get my vote for this, it's not because I still don't. It's not because I don't feel he's one of the top 10 greatest of all time. He's still there. It's just what Manny has done. And let me say something else, Lee. Congratulations to Manny Pacquiao as the only fighter ever to hold a title in 4 different decades. Did you see that, Lee?
Yes, I did.
What was it, 1990? I think they have him. Yeah, that's incredible. Okay, and you guys, the last guy he won a title from was not a pushover. Now, there might have been injuries. Yes, if you're a diehard, you know about what Keith Thurman's been through, and yeah, you can bring that up in an argument at a bar. I get you. But on paper, he beat one of the faces of the welterweight division. That guy was... Go ahead.
No, when you look at his record, right? So we padded at the beginning for Manny, right? Through 95, 98. But he gets... No, that's not the... Yeah, that is. He gets the WBC title against Sasaki in 98. So his first title's in 98. So then he gets it in the aughts, right? He becomes the WBC champion multiple times, right? And the IBF, right? Did he get it in time? Yeah. This is the O's, right? So in the O's, he's a multi-time world champion. And then in his final decade here, he's the WBO and WBC champion. I mean, what a beast, dude.
So on paper, there's never been an 8 division. I believe it's 8 divisions he conquered. Never been one of those. He's got one of those. There's never been a 4-decade champion. He's got one of those. And it's possible he's going to be the greatest fighter in the last 20 years. And with that being said, it's hard that Manny Pacquiao hasn't surpassed Floyd Mayweather, even with the loss on his record. And it's a crazy argument. It's a crazy fucking argument, but the argument's there. Am I lying?
You're not lying.
I'm not lying,
and last
right?
But not least, because you're not.
There you go. There you go. Here it is.
Here's the other argument. The other guy who deserved to be on the list for the last decade. I talked him up. You guys just didn't get to see him as much. But the reality was, you're looking at singularly the most dominant heavyweight champion we've seen in boxing history, period. I don't care what you guys say. You can make all the arguments you want. Once he unifies these titles in the aughts, right? In the aughts, Andrew, this is 2 decades.
No, but we're going to 2010. It's 2010.
No, I get that,
I'm really interested in this.
Okay, so 2010, he takes on Eddie Chambers, Samuel Peters, David Hay, Jean-Marc Morrow, picks up his fourth he picked up his 4th title here against David Hay.
Right.
Now, here's why you guys are all pissed off. He's fighting in Germany. He's fighting in Germany. He's fighting in Germany, right? He fights the American who Andrew wanted to win, Tony Thompson. And trust me, Andrew wanted Tony Thompson to win at the time. But he fought in Switzerland, then Wash, then Pinata, then Povetkin, then Lepai, then Pulev. All the guys you hear being talked about right now, Andrew, he took them all out. And that's 2014. Bryant Jennings in New York. Tyson Fury was his first loss. It was a close loss, and it was an argued loss. It really was, right?
And not only that, on these last two fights, what is it? 200,000 people, 180,000 come to watch him. I mean, it's not, you know.
And his final fight is in Wembley Stadium. He made, what did he clear? 40, 50, 60 million, some dumb amount of money, right? To take on Anthony Joshua in what was argued as 2017's best fight of the year, one of the best fights of the decade.
Is Wembley the big one? Isn't Wembley the big stadium, correct?
It is the biggest stadium that they have, yes.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. All right. Yeah, listen, and you know what I see there too, Lee? That's a lot of title defenses for the heavyweight champ. Remember the heavyweights, what's so special about the heavyweight?
A lot, Andrew. Wait, okay, so he's been a champion forever, right? We just know this. Back to 98 is when he gets the WBC Intercontinental, but he's literally becomes a real bona fide, right? Just before 2000, he's sort of the man, right? And when he gets into 2001, and we talked about this in the early days of Fight Net Radio, right around here, like some of these things are real sketchy. Like he's getting caught by people like Lamont Brewster, where he lost by TKO, right?
Yeah, those are all weird, I know.
Right? We thought he was done. And then he just sort of reinvents himself overnight at this point and goes on a mad-ass tear of beating the shit. And again, this is why I'm going to say it to everybody. Why do you think Anthony Joshua changed his style? I'm going to show you where it happened. He went here and looked at Lamont Brewster and Corey Sanders. Same things happened to Klitschko here early on. Like he looked vulnerable because he liked to stand inside and use his muscle like Joshua. Then he changed his style, worked behind a jab. I'm going to sound like I'm talking about boxing again, Andrew, and nobody likes that. He changed his style. He became a guy who did nothing but throw jabs all night. And guess what? Look at the results. Thompson, Rockman, Shagayev, Chambers, Peters, Hay, Mormick, Thompson, Wash, Pinata, Povetkin, Lepai, Pulev, Jennings. Good Lord, Andrew. What an absolute terror. What a run. Undisputed.
Still going to be Pacquiao.
All the belts,
That's fucking
Andrew.
incredible.
He has
That's
all the belts.
I think, no, he's good, but I think my pick is going to be Pacquiao, bro. I can't give it to Floyd. Floyd's got it for money.
By the way, I'm not disputing from a voting perspective. I agree. I know you and I rarely agree just for the sake of making the show good. I agree this time, actually. I agree that the body of work of Manny Pacquiao is too much to discuss.
And really, it's 2019 and 18 that sealed the deal for him. That Lucas Matisse comeback fight, right? That's a decent opponent. Matisse had a lot of threat there. Manny was just too fast still, knocks him out. Then you followed it up with Adrien freaking Broner. Everyone hates this guy. It's a big fight. He beats the shit out of him, not even a competitive fight. And then you take on Thurman, who, man, if Thurman would have won, would have been surprised, right? Changing of the guard. Thurman was supposed to be that guy. Yeah, that's and then now we got to talk about all time. I mean, because Manny has way too much on his resume.
No, Manny. I got to be honest, Manny. He's the all-time greatest.
Well, no. What I'm saying is compared to him and Floyd, when you put them up together, it's almost like the Roy Jones Bernard Hopkins scenario. Look at Hopkins. Roy has the win over Hopkins. Yet at the end,
I saw this going around on the board. So here's what everybody does in boxing when you start to talk about all-time lists, right? Roy Jones in his prime. Okay, great. Manny Pacquiao in his prime is literally the same guy, the same like Manny Pacquiao in his prime is a knockout monster, right? But he went after his prime and kept going after people.
Yeah, and what I was gonna say is Bernard is possibly, or right now is the greatest middleweight, maybe second. But my argument is no one has Roy above him, even though Roy beat him.
Right.
Right. His body of work finally outshined that one defeat. Did this happen for Pacquiao? The Pacquiao Floyd argument. All you Pactards are not going to let this thing go if Manny takes this for 20 years straight. If Manny has been the best fighter for the last 20 years, fuck you that Mayweather's better than him. I don't care about that 12-round decision. It's incredible.
I agree.
It's incredible. It's an incredible argument that people could have for many years in Vegas or New York, wherever they're going to be talking about boxing. This argument isn't going away, and that fight did nothing. If I'm Manny, I'm acting like Juan Manuel Marquez. I don't even want the rematch if I get this trophy.
Yeah,
sending photos every day to Floyd Mayweather on Twitter. I'd send so many fucking photos of my 2 decade of the fighter awards. He'd shut his social media down. That's how I would tell all my fans, let's send it to Floyd.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know what is the thought process there. To me, I find it hysterical that there's even a debate on some level based on the body of work that he's pulled off. But I agree with you, 100%. Preaching to the choir, Andrew.
All right.
Preaching to the choir. What's going on, Andrew? How'd the Raiders do?
Well, I guess it's our last year. Yeah, I guess it's our last year in Oakland. I don't know. We'll see. We sucked, but it's all in the time. I was really shocked last night watching New England get kicked out of the playoffs.
Awesomely. How awesome was that?
It was a great game. To hear that Brady is an unrestricted free agent, if the Raiders don't at least try, they got to put out a press release that they at least try to throw $200 million. You remember people last week when we talked about the most paid athlete in the last decade and how I was surprised that Tom Brady wasn't on that list. You remember that, Lee?
Yes.
Does he fucking do his payout on this contract? Does Brady really?
No, truthfully, what I suspect about Tom Brady is he'll sign a 1-year extension.
Oh, come on.
And then retire.
When does he go get his, though? Seriously, and I hate talking like that, but when that's how they do on ESPN, right? When did he go get his? Lee, this is
Stephen A. Smith?
Hey, hey, Lee.
Stephen A. Smith there, bro.
Does he not have the most championship appearances, the most playoff wins, the most TDs in the playoffs and the Super Bowl? Is he not the greatest athlete possibly in American sports, right? When you think of the NFL and how hard it is to get to the Super Bowl, and this man has done it 9 fucking times.
Not just 9 times. I had this argument with a friend last night while we were kind of watching it. I said, I think he's the greatest of all time. And he looked over at me and he went, who do you think is better? Like, who has done more than Tom Brady? I said, well, and the fact that he married a supermodel kind of puts him over the top with me. Like, if I have to vote, like the extra sugar on top to me, I mean, he doesn't have the most passing touchdowns. He doesn't have the statistics, right? He has the wins. And at the end of the day, I got to be honest.
Well, he has the most touchdowns in the playoffs.
Well, no. Let's ask Dan Marino, right? Let's ask Dan Marino right now. Dan, would you rather have all the Super Bowls or would you rather be considered the greatest arm in football? And I'll bet you this because I know how many bad seasons Dan Marino had to go through, right? Like, Dan Marino was on a shitty
Don't knock
team
me off on this. Don't knock me off. No kid wants to know. Listen to me. The Raiders should have thrown $200 million at him. I'm dead seriously. There better be a report. Do you know what the ticket sales would look like if Las Vegas is real? If the Raiders are really moving there in a few months, why wouldn't you not try to at least put a press release out there that you reached out to Tom Brady about one of the biggest contracts sports has ever seen? Whatever money Mark has left, you got to try. Hey, this right here, and I think Brady might be up for it. You know what? Brady's been taking the fucking pay cuts way too long over there in New England. He's given enough to the sports world. When do they give back to him? And that's why I think the Raiders, that you at least got to look at. I know everyone, fuck him. He did the whole snow job and all that. This is business, right, Lee? We're talking about selling, what are they called? The suites, right? Luxury suites. Yeah. We're talking about selling front row tickets at $80,000, $70,000, whatever their PSLs are for the front rows.
Oh, no. No, because you got the hotels buying, right? So it's going to be 200,000, 300,000 for luxury
incredible.
suites, right? It's going to be crazy
Incredible.
numbers in Vegas. Like, this is the biggest. And look, here's what they're basing it on. Nobody thought hockey was going to work in Las Vegas, right? And what do they do within 2 years? They actually.
Robert Kraft and the real owner of the Raiders, Sheldon Adelson, are best friends. Could that play an effect here? Could Sheldon Adelson be asking for a favor of something like this? Yeah, I mean, come on, the conspiracies are there. It was insane when they said that man is now unrestricted. They can't franchise. They can't do shit. If you want to offer him,
actually, I think Phillip Rivers is a free agent this year too. So
I love Phillip Rivers, Lee, but he is not Tom Brady on the market. Tom Brady on the market is the biggest fucking thing that the NFL is ever going to have if this thing really goes to an auction. Can you imagine if teams really start bidding for this man? This is Peyton Manning going to Denver. How good did that turn out for him, Lee?
Yeah, I agree.
Ooh. Ooh. Could you imagine Jacobs and Brady on behind the same line? Come on now. I know he got the snow job. I know you guys hate me right now. I know Raiders like, fuck this guy. Can't believe he's saying that. But fuck you. If he was signed, it'd be like Jerry Rice. You fuckers would be cheering in the first game. I hated Jerry my whole life, Lee. I was all about Tim Brown. Let that motherfucker go watch the first game. I was there. First game, Jerry Rice is there. He catches like a 70 or 80-yard touchdown, dude. I'm jumping up and down. I'm high-fiving. I think I kept screaming, he's really with us. That's what I kept screaming on the first touchdown, Lee. You guys will do the same with Tom.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. There's your little bonus because I screwed up 20 minutes and I actually got extra stuff in for all of you NoCal Raider-hating, Las Vegas-moving Raider fans. And that added content about Manny Pacquiao for you podcast people, for you video people, you're going to pick up right here. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. Yes. My name's Lee Honish. That's Andrew Labouche. We talk about boxing, and we're going to talk a lot about boxing because the stories are all shitty, and they all make me very happy. In fact, Andrew, we're going to start it right off. I'm going to get my Wonka Strader ready. I have my Madden pen just about in hand for our first story of the day. Andrew posted it 4 days ago. Please make sure you're watching the video of this if you're listening to the broadcast. You want to go. Andrew and I did this the first time and spent 20 minutes on it, and we're about to do it again, and I guarantee it's still going to be another 20 minutes. Welcome back to the training camp of Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., and once again, his dad, while videotaping him after a long night of partying at the rave, has gone back into training camps, Andrew. First of all, Andrew, have you seen footwork like that ever?
No, I haven't. And, you know, it's at first, Lee, I thought he was just in his house getting high on coke and decided in the early morning to do a workout. But as you've pointed out about the rave thing, I'm starting to agree with you that he might have come home from a night of partying and pulled this thing off. I like how you pointed out the shirt. Go ahead and
that's his card. All right.
Yeah.
First of all, let's talk about the whole scene. I'm going to let the Nissan Tundra go that's over there. Andrew actually has a nicer truck. He does have a Bentley. He has one Bentley. I mean, I got to give him credit for that. That white one's a Bentley for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
But the other one's like a Nissan Tundra. What the hell? Just wondering. So we're out in front of his house somewhere in Mexico. Sounds like a song. And Chavez really felt it important. Let's get the pen out right now, Andrew, and get it over with, shall we? For those of you watching the video, let's discuss this. First of all, Andrew, the blue hair. Comments?
I've been confused on the hair since the Jacobs fight. I don't know if it was a mistake or he's really going for that look. It's a terrible job, whatever the answer is.
Okay, so he's shadow boxing technically, Andrew. Comments on the Ric Flair tape on his hands?
Yeah, and once again, that one, I can't really tell if that's tape or not. It's Chavez's world, dude. I don't know. Maybe he was cutting with the razor. I don't know.
Okay.
Hands
rave bracelets.
Yeah, that's
rave bracelets and rave shirt.
These are two great observations here. Those freaking little bracelets I did not catch on my own. I don't know.
Wait.
I have no idea.
Why is he wearing loafers to do his footwork? Those are bowling shoes. Andrew brought this up earlier. Those are bowling shoes.
Yeah.
Like, was he at a rave at a bowling alley? Right?
This would make sense if you're
tennis shoes, Andrew. Not tennis shoes, Andrew.
Those shoes they're bowling shoes. Those are not athletic wear. That's not athletic wear shoes. Chavez is gonna have to explain himself if those are. I would like a close up of them. Is that a swoosh on the side? Is that a Nike swoosh on the side, Lee?
No.
It's
I mean,
fucking.
We could restart the video, but I'm telling you that no, it's not.
And to be honest, and people later in this day, he asked Teddy Hearn to set him up for Triple G. Fucking Chavez, you gotta love the guy.
One more time for the friends at home. Here he is in all his greatness. Maybe it is a Nike swoosh. Maybe I'm all wrong about that. That could be a swoosh. But I'm convinced he was wearing these gray leggings underneath his rave outfit. Woke up still high on. I don't think he was all coked out this time, Andrew. I think this is ecstasy. That's
Ecstasy,
what it looks like.
Yeah, he's an ecstasy guy. Chewing on his bottom
convinced
lip.
that I've got to start reenacting these videos. Or you do. Like, we need to start making like comment people do them. I don't even need to go look at the comments because I guarantee everybody said something about it. Like, the fans don't ever let this shit off the hook, right? So let's take a look.
And seriously,
No,
Lee,
Jim?
I would.
Well, that's good because he doesn't like them much. This is brilliant.
It's the next.
That's brilliant.
Fuck that comment. Look at the next one, dude. Look at the next one.
He has great potential, but lacks commitment
right
and
there.
discipline.
Stop there, Raul. He has great potential. This fucking dude is 33 years old, 34. What potential, bro? That potential was so, I don't know, 12 years ago? The fuck? Hey, Raul is the guy that bought a ticket in Phoenix. Am I lying, Lee? Potential.
No, you're not,
oh, my God. Wow.
This, my friends, is called the merengue shuffle. Very popular in Latin American countries, but originated in the Dominican Republic. Let's cheer on JCC Jr. as he prepares for his next professional stunt on Dancing with the Stars, season 29. I'm trying this new thing wherever I'm trying to be nicer. I mean, listen, it's his job. He has to fight for as long as he can. He's just very disappointed, to say the very least.
Daniel's trying to be a nice guy in 2020, I guess.
Oh my God. Oh, bless you, fans, for all picking up on his insanity. One more time for the cameras at home. No Wonka Strader. The merengue shuffle. The new Triple G. Fucking Triple G will take his head off. I don't even think Triple G trains for this fight. I think it's like the Canelo Alvarez thing. Why would I sit down if I'm just sparring? Right. I agree with you. Why should you sit down if you're going to fight a guy like this who's just a sparring match?
Yeah. No, at this point, it is. It is.
Is this his worst? Okay, let's
Lee.
rank the videos right now, Andrew. Is this his worst video yet?
Yes. Yes, and I think it's because, as Lee has pointed out,
over the sprinting video at the track.
It didn't look like he came from the rave to put on those videos. This right here is total bullshit. This is him. I think he's playing with people right here. They sit back and they laugh about this, okay? This isn't real. He's not taking this shit serious right now. Look at this. This guy is incredible.
I feel like I need to cut the video out and like put like rave music over the top of it instead of the dog barking in the background, which is the original video. Oh, my friend, you are the best. You are literally the all-time best. Let's see the newest ones. Why did he lose the last fight? Why did he lose the last fight? Now I present to you the answer. Oh, come on. That was a good one, Andrew. That's a really good one. Let's get started with our first story of the day. And of course, I'm kicking it off with the best. Bad Baby puts Adrien Broner on blast. Stop hollering at me. I'm 16. Yeah, you got that right. Adrien Broner, who's got nothing but problems these days, is now going after Danielle Bugliosi, better known as Bad Baby. Or isn't she the Catch Me Outside, How About That girl?
I think that is, yes.
I got her right. I'm trying to keep up on the pop culture for the kids. I got a 15-year-old. Apparently, Adrien Broner is offering up an explanation, calling the whole thing an honest mistake. Sure, bro. Nobody wants to date a kid, Broner told the Shade Room, but I fault Instagram for not having people's age on their profile. What are you talking about, you dickhead?
Nah, she doesn't even look fucking 18. Sorry, Adrien. Sorry. So.
Oh, he's so fucking.
He's 30
creepy.
years old, man. He's 30 years old. He knows what a fucking teenager looks like. Hey, put it like this.
Andrew, I'm again in the dating scene, and I have a basic rule of thumb. If you're closer to my daughter's age than to my age, there is no way I am dating you. Period.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Yeah, if there's even a chance that she looks only like she's 18, you don't want to date her if you're 30. You know what I mean? Like, come on, this is insane. Like, Adrien Broner, real bad look right here because the girl does not look like she's an adult. So I don't know what he was doing.
I don't even think he has fully formed boobs at this point. Like, what is he thinking?
And he knew.
I thought she was grown the way she out here moving. I thought she was grown by the way she was moving. Bad Baby, a.k.a. Danielle Bregoli, is publicly shaming boxing star.
What he wants to say is, I was turned on by the way she was moving. That's all he wanted to say there.
Right. Like, he grabbed his junk and he was totally into it, and he's being totally creepy.
Yep.
Bad Baby, a.k.a. Danielle Bregoli, is publicly shaming boxing star Adrien, I've got nothing but problems, Broner, for trying to slide into her DMs. She is 16 years old. He is 30. Not a good look. Bregoli posted a screenshot showing an Instagram notification from Broner, which reads, "Text me, crazy girl," at 1:54 in the morning on a Friday. She attached the video of the Akon song "Locked Up," a clear shot at Broner for hitting up a minor. Bregoli fan immediately went after the boxer on social media, lighting up his page with comments saying he should go to jail, and even tagged the FBI and the Atlanta police.
Jeez, you went hard. Wow.
Oh, I love doing this.
I don't even think hey, Lee, it's safe to say she don't even think he's handsome, right? She want nothing. Hey, whenever you hit up a girl and she tags the police department and the FBI, she wants nothing to do with you, man. You need to move on from that chick. Wow.
So this all started because earlier in the day, Bregoli created a social media buzz by posting a video in which she's modeling a crop top. Broner's message seems to be in response to that clip. TMZ reached out to Broner for comment. So far, no word back. It's the latest misstep for Broner, who was just ordered to pay more than $700,000 to a sexual assault victim stemming from a 2018 incident in a Cleveland nightclub. God bless you, Broner, for being you.
And what makes him look stupid in this too is that girl is like you said, known in the pop culture, right? She's like, it's not like he hit up some
circle. She's a Kardashian, like for like 15 and 16-year-old. Like, she's the girl who's anti-establishment, right? She's the one who, talks shit to adults, she got a multi-million-dollar recording contract.
Trust
everything.
Me, with R. Kelly going down the way he did, I won't be surprised if they look into his computer to see what other girls he's talking to on social media. Broner might have fucked up here. If that's what those type of moves is what turns him on.
Take a deep breath right there, Andrew.
I know.
So here's the final question about Broner. How long till he goes to jail, right?
Right. She tagged the FBI and the Atlanta police.
He's literally working on it.
You don't think? Yeah,
Oh
you don't think
yeah.
there's a detective that wants to, just investigate just a little to see if he has pulled this off before? About the billions,
Warrants are
baby.
coming. Be ready. You are about billions, and you're about to pay another 700,000 to Danielle Bregoli for fucking sending a DM to a 16-year-old. You fucking savage.
Send one dick prick. He sent one dick excuse me, to a little girl. His ass is going to prison. Believe that, people. They're gonna R. Kelly him up.
Eddie Hearn, let's do Dimitri Bivol versus Badu Jack. Here you go, Andrew. Your dreams
That's a
have
good
come
one.
true based on one fight. Eddie Hearn is interested in having a WBA light heavyweight fight between Dimitri Bivol and Badu Jack. And Bivol needs an opponent for his next title defense, and his promoter Eddie Hearn at Matchroom views 36-year-old two-division world champion Jack, 22-3-2, as an excellent option. Never mind the fact that Jack hasn't won a fight since 2017, and it's starting to look a little older. Hearn thinks it's a dandy idea for Bivol. You brought this up last week, and I thought you were a madman when you brought up Badu Jack, right? As getting like some kind of action, Andrew. So first of all, kudos to you for seeing that a strong performance gets you a title shot, I guess. You can still lose and get a title shot.
Right. That used to be back in the day. Look, there's nothing wrong with Bivol doing this here. Badu Jack's a very exciting fighter. His last two fights have proven that. What's that?
It's a super safe fight, Andrew.
I don't know if you could call it super safe. Bivol has been trying to crack that Kovalev, Canelo platform, correct? He wants a big piece of the pie. This is one of those fighters that came out and immediately wanted top 10 guys. He's been responding nice against everyone. Hell, didn't he? I believe he just defeated Pascal, who's the one who just had a war with Jack. So this is an awesome back-to-back fights if they are to get this matchup in. I'm totally for this, Lee. Sometimes the guys that lose the fights, they do deserve to fight other title holders in the division. It just makes for the showdown with it wouldn't be Pascal because I believe Bivol already beat Pascal. But whoever it is, it makes the showdown better when you defeat a guy like Badu Jack. Badu Jack is a legit contender in the light heavyweight division, and Bivol at his age, 17-0, very young, green fighter. I like this title defense.
I agree. What do you think happens to Pascal?
Shit, man. I wanted him to get the Canelo, at least Canelo to look at him. And I haven't heard anything about Saul's next opponent. Pascal does very good numbers in Canada. They're both from the same stable. I don't know. I'm thinking he has an outside shot if Canelo can't pull anything off in the two lower weight divisions.
There you go. Which takes us to top 10 fights to keep your eye on in 2020. Yeah, there you go. This is done by our friend Steve Kim, longtime friend of the show, and Bloody Mary drinker, Andrew. There's a fun fact about Steve Kim. Here are the fights. Number 1, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. It's really our first big fight of the year, Andrew. How excited are you about this fight?
I'm excited. It won't start growing until the fight gets closer and I see it's actually happening. For some reason, these PBC guys I'm always scared. They're very fragile. They get hurt. They pull out of fights a lot, and there's a lot of things that happen in their training. So I'm just waiting for this fight to actually get closer before I start just thinking about it.
Well, I'm going to start a brand new segment on Fight Net Radio right now, Andrew, when we talk about future fights. You ready? Bold predictions. That's right. New for 2020.
Predictions.
Bold prediction, Andrew.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go. Go ahead. Set it up. I'm sorry.
Like it needs theme music. All right. Bold predictions, the newest thing for 2020 for Fight Net Radio and Fight Net Radio fans. Bold predictions is where Andrew and I say something fucking crazy about the fight that's coming up. Andrew, give me your boldest prediction about this fight.
I think in the rematch, Deontay Wilder will still have trouble landing a punch on Tyson Fury. And ultimately, Tyson Fury is going to knock Deontay Wilder out cold.
I'm going to give you okay, so by the way, if this is your first time listening to Fight Net Radio and you're looking for new shows, understand Andrew is the writer and the real boxing fan. I am a boxing fan and an entertainment and marketing expert. Are you ready for my bold prediction based on that lead up?
Mm-hmm.
Tyson Fury will be found to have clenbuterol in his system, and Deontay Wilder will release a video that says, I know. You guys can't fight me for real. Everybody knows. Everybody's got to be on the juice to fight Deontay. That's a bold prediction, right? Come on, that was a good one. You didn't see that one coming.
Another drug test. Damn it.
Number 2, Daniel Roman versus Mach.
Ugh.
Really? Why does he pick that as number 2? Come on, Steve.
7-0-6.
I'm not going to agree with that.
Huh? 7-0-6.
All right, look, don't get me wrong. Steve, let's be honest, between the two of us, Steve Kim knows more about boxing. He actually trains at the Wildcard Gym. He knows everybody. When people ask me, whose stuff should I read? Who should I talk to? All right, got to be honest. The guy who's really in the thick of it day in and day out, talking to boxers, living it, getting paid, his day job is boxing.
What does that have to do with this number 2 pick? I don't get where you're leading up.
Look, I'm just qualifying when he does his crazy Steve Kim shit. I bet you this is, you and I both know this is crazy Steve Kim shit.
I hope he's not the one that came up with the fighter of the decade list, because that's strike number 2, and he's very young to ESPN. Remember, Steve Kim has never had this type of platform before.
Whose only skill is picking up a fork at a buffet.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Just being honest.
He's very young to this platform. So here we go. Danny.
I'm going to give you a poll prediction about this fight. Akhmadaliev trains at the Wildcard Gym with Steve Kim. That's my bold prediction.
Yeah.
That's a good one, right?
Yeah. I see the connection.
All right.
I see you're going.
Yeah, here you go. Mikey Garcia versus Jesse Vargas. Actually, I'm into this fight. This is actually a really good fight. These are two guys at about the same level who have gotten by on being basically the same guy. Like, I don't think you've ever seen Mikey Garcia and Jesse Vargas at a party together. Like, they're kind of the same person, Andrew. They're both very, very good fighters that are very average, who can't ever seem to get to the next level, right? Jesse Vargas ultimately got stopped by Manny Pacquiao. Mikey Garcia, well, basically got stopped by Errol Spence, like he fucking hit a bus, right?
This is a crossroads fight for both men in different ways. For Mikey Garcia, if he loses this fight, he is no longer a welterweight. He's dropping to 140, and that'll be the end of that. For Jesse Vargas, he's out. He's got 2 losses.
Well,
and
no,
2 draws.
Jesse Vargas does have the dazzing gig, right? He does the Mexican dazzing.
Okay, so that's yeah. The commentating, yes, sir. Yes, he does.
So he's got a back door. He is the Sergio Mora of the Mexican side.
But you hear what I'm saying, though. This is really a crossroads fight for both men in different ways. Mikey's stock, do you know how much it drops if he loses to Jesse Vargas? He almost loses all the momentum he carried from what he made in the lightweights, 2-3 divisions lower? Idiot.
Yeah. Bam, 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 bam. All right, so
I hate calling
bold prediction about the fight. I know. Bold prediction about the fight.
I think Mikey Garcia pulls off a split decision that has the crowd booing at the end.
Yeah, everybody likes Jesse. And for those of you who don't know, and it's your first time listening, I am a stalker of Jesse Vargas. Like, I'm completely fascinated with the life that he has. Here's my bold prediction. The minute the fight's over, you ready for this, Andrew? Here's my bold prediction. Sergio Mora calls out the winner.
And don't be surprised if it does good in Frisco, Texas, and it's a split decision that they bring this thing back, because both men really have no future with Dazin. They might see each other for a rematch if the fight turns out to be good. You know, little Bob Arum in me. We love them Mexicans versus Mexicans, Lee.
What? Who said my name?
Exactly.
Jesus Christ, Andrew, I've been asleep here all day, waiting for somebody to say my name. You know, Andrew, back in 1904, when I started in boxing, my first promoting fight, Jack Dempsey, all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now I look at these kids and they're commentators and shitty middleweight champions and shitty welterweight champions. I never dreamed that there'd be a day where we'd let average fighters fight. You know what I mean?
On main events. You're so
On main
mean.
events, bro.
You're
Dude,
so
these
mean.
are undercards. These are fucking undercards.
Hey, Mikey's not there yet.
I don't know why Bob is such a hater. Bob is a hater.
Yeah, I know. Mikey's he's hurt. Hey, listen, Mikey left him at 39-0. What was he? 37-0 maybe when he left Top Rank? I mean, come
Bob
on.
Built him all the way up.
Exactly.
Built him all the way. He did
Exactly.
the Bob magic.
Exactly. Bro.
I
he's
that kid, Andrew.
Hey, now go down.
I made him like I made Jack
down.
Dempsey.
Let's see why Steve says this fight is important. Why this fight matters. Here we go.
All right. Per Mr. Steve Kim, the matchup is coming off of a lopsided loss.
No.
Back in. All right. Why the fight matters. The winner of this matchup will move on to bigger and better things in the welterweight division, whether there are some high-profile fights against Pacquiao, Spence, or Terrence Crawford. The intrigue. It's very simple. Did Garcia just have a very bad night against a very good Spence? Or is Garcia a guy who isn't cut out to be in the welterweights? Vargas should be a good barometer of just where Garcia stands. He's right.
That's
smart.
Yeah.
It's Steve Kim. Come on. I want to fault Steve all the time.
It's a crossroads fight. I'm sorry.
It is a crossroads fight. And I'm still sticking to my bold prediction of Sergio Mora talking trash through the whole fight and then ultimately at the end of the fight wanting to challenge the winner.
That's why
this
fight could go up as fight of the year. I believe this matchup has that potential. And when you tell Vargas he'll never again be on social media traveling the world, he's gonna fight his ass off. He loves that life, Lee. He loves that life.
Right.
He's gonna be throwing right hands all day trying to keep that private jet ticket.
Yeah, see, that's like, here's the whole thing, right? For a fight like this, and I'm going to use me as the example. The one thing that holds me back from wanting to do a cage fight in March or April, Andrew, is I don't care if I fight a guy who's 0-99 and he's been knocked out 99 times. This is much like some guy who's 0-99. It's going to be their Super Bowl night for both of these guys. Like, this is it. You got to show up. This is your fight.
I think it's going to be drive that separates these two. Garcia told everyone he did not want to be a picker, I believe is what he said. He didn't want to do his dad's job, which was in the fields or some shit. So they got into boxing so they could make decent money.
I've now met Garcia. Well, I was going to say, and here's the other thing.
Wait, hear me out real fast.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's what they do. They play a very safe game plan. His brother did it. When he took a defeat, he had only like 3 more fights and retired. Boom, was done. Didn't want to fight anymore. Mikey has left Top Rank, has left PBC because of certain things in contracts, or maybe he just didn't want to fight the hard guys. Maybe they were like, all right, here we go. We're going to put you through the gauntlet now. And he was like, no, you're not. I'll take 1 hard fight and give me 3 easy fights. Well, so that mentality that Garcia showed me that night when he said he only got into boxing because he didn't want a regular job, I'm giving the edge to Jesse in this crossroads fight, man. Mikey might already be planning about life after boxing.
I think Jesse's still into it. I mean, I've literally met
Jesse loves the life. He loves that life. Do you see how many photos he takes of him all over the world? Do you see Mikey Garcia doing that?
Loves it, Andrew.
If I was Vargas' trainer,
celebrity.
Exactly. If I'm his trainer, I say, dude, you lose everything.
And he's nice and approachable. He's like got all that Roy Jones charm to him too. He knows how to work it.
Without boxing, he's forgettable, though. I'm gonna say that again. Without boxing, he's forgettable. Dazin isn't big enough to keep Jesse Vargas relevant. So he needs this win. And if I was his trainer, that's what I'm telling him through this whole training camp.
Well,
lose this fight, lose your social life.
That would be for Jesse Vargas. That would be none other than our favorite man, Freddie Roach. He's been training at the Wild Card for a while. I don't want to say that there's a tie-in with Steve Kim and Jesse Vargas and the Wild Card, Andrew. But again, coincidence? I think not. Number 4 on the list, Jose Ramirez takes on Victor Postal in China. Really?
Yeah.
You think? Really? First of all, you don't like Jose Ramirez's trainer, Andrew. Even looking at
No,
the
I
photo
like
of him, he's
Ramirez, but
probably
this
seniors.
the top. Oh, Lee, read the title one more time. Come on, this guy's tricking us. It's the top 10 fights in the first 2 months. I thought this was like
Well,
the top fights of 2020. No, this is the
oh,
first 2
2020.
months.
No, the first couple of months. Oh, I apologize. Yeah. This is what we're looking forward to. How do you feel about this fight? Are we watching it that night?
It's a decent fight. Victor Postal has been a contender for a while. Listen, Jose Ramirez doesn't move up the pound for pound rankings by beating Postal, correct? But legacy-wise, Postal's a very good title defense. Postal is known. He's not one of these undefeated guys from Argentina we never heard of before the fight and never hear of after. So you can give Ramirez that, but
I'll say this about Victor Postal, right? Part of the MTK Mafia, by the way. Shout out to the MTK Mafia. You know they're my favorite, Andrew. You know how I feel about the MTK.
Oh, the game is on. The game is on. New Orleans has scored, Lee.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you for keeping us updated throughout the show. I think that everybody in the MTK fighting for their green cards to live in America and get themselves American wives out in Oxnard. The reality is he's going to be tough. It's 12 rounds. Here's my bold prediction. Give me your bold prediction on the fight, Andrew.
Oh, Victor Postal knocks him out. Victor Postal is going to look impressive enough that people are going to want him in a major fight after this one. Put it that way. I mean, Ramirez. Did I say Postal? Ramirez. Ramirez, bro.
Right. Here's my bold prediction. Victor Postal shows up for the fight and actually takes a dive in this fight. I feel like he's Oh, sorry to cough into the mic, everyone. Everybody's got it. Tevin Farmer versus Joseph Diaz. I don't like Tevin Farmer. I don't like Tevin Farmer's eyeballs. I don't like Joseph Diaz. Here's my bold prediction. I won't be watching. What's your bold prediction?
No way. No way. This is the best fight you showed us so far. Right here, Lee.
Oh.
These two guys do not like each other. They are going to pound away. Joseph Diaz has never been in a boring fight. Tevin Farmer seems to only be getting better with every victory under his belt. I'm very
But how does he see each fight, Andrew? How does he do that? He's not even looking at the guy he's fighting.
That could be a part of the magic he creates in the ring is you don't know where he's going. High, low, sideways, what side he's coming
right,
from.
Because he's got those damn fish eyes that are looking all over the field.
It's a tricky thing to stare at. Sometimes you get lost in the eyes and bam, you just get hit.
You think that Tevin Farmer could have been Mahomes with those eyeballs?
Sometimes
he's got one eye on the defense and he's got one eye on the receiver.
All I know is I have gotten stuck wondering what they're looking at, and I wonder if that happens with the opponents in the ring.
I wonder how his brain processes that, right? I know it's obvious he's cross-eyed, like he's got real eye cross-eyed.
No, I know. On a serious note, I hope he's passing the test, the vision test before these fights. On a serious note, but yeah, it is weird how he pulls that off.
The intrigue of the fight, per Mr. Steve Kim. This fight will tell us how good Farmer is. While Russell was about to outpoint Diaz back in 2018, how will Farmer handle JoJo? Diaz was on the same U.S. Olympic team as Spence, Ramirez, Jamal Herring, Rashid Warren, who all have become world champions, and he has always believed he is in an elite talent. This is another chance for Diaz to prove it. He has learned from the loss to Russell.
Blah, blah, blah. It's a good fight.
Blah, blah. Bold prediction.
Tevin Farmer knocks out Joseph Diaz late in the fight. I don't like Diaz's defense. He's a face-first fighter where Tevin Farmer doesn't have a lot of power, but is a slick boxer. I think he picks him apart until the late rounds where they stop the fight with the white tail being thrown in, Lee.
My bold prediction, Andrew, you ready for this? Finally, a doctor before the fight goes, "What the fuck is up with your eyes?" February 8th, Gary Russell Jr. takes on Tagatskat
Oh,
Nyambar.
fuck that skit. I'm not even going to talk about it. Not talking about it.
Bold prediction. I'm not watching.
Hey, why didn't they put TBA? Why didn't they put TBA, Lee? Who the fuck is Tug Scott Nimar?
Yeah, Tubba would have been better than Tagatskat Nyambar.
Oh, another 11-0
We haven't
and
done
9.
it for
Okay.
2020, Andrew.
His
Andrew,
name
we
is
haven't done
King Tug. Oh,
Wait,
man.
Andrew, we haven't done it for 2020. Gary Russell Jr. versus Shamalama Ding Dong.
Right? Hey, King
What?
Tug. What is he tugging on?
Shamalama, King
What
Tug,
is he tugging on?
Ding Dong.
Oh, they better
By
not
the
have
way,
gave
go
him that.
pick up your Shamalama Ding Dong.
Hey.
By the way, everybody, for 2020, go pick up your Hello, my name is Shamalama Ding Dong t-shirt at fightnetradio.com. And I still think it's the funniest shirt we've ever made.
They should
I don't
ask
know why
this
that
man.
Like that.
I swear to God, if they ask him when they nicknamed him King Tug, and he says when he was 13, oh, I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
Was he born in Arizona, moved to Patagonia? King Tug. King Tug. Do you remember that as a kid? The Steve Martin King Tug?
Nope.
He's got a tombstone made out of limestone. King Tug.
No, I don't.
All right, everybody. Huh. Really? You don't remember King Tut by Steve
No, I
Martin
don't.
growing up? Are you
No,
fucking
I don't.
shitting me?
I know Steve Martin too.
Right.
No, maybe my brother does.
That was a great joke for everybody who's my age or greater.
Yeah,
If you're
exactly.
Andrew's age or younger, fuck you.
We're gonna go look it up right now on Google.
Wait, hold on. I did my bold prediction. I'm not gonna watch it. Andrew, are you gonna watch it?
Nope. Is this a PBC thing? It seems like a PBC thing.
Yeah, come on.
Like,
This is
come
so
on,
PBC.
Steve Kim is stretching here, dude.
Pennsylvania. It's in Allentown, and we're living here in Allentown. By the way, shout out to the Billy Joel fans for 2020. All right, Alida Alvarez takes on Michael Seals. Bold prediction. I'm not watching this one either, Andrew. What about you?
Yeah,
I don't care that he knocked out Sergey Kovalev. I don't care that he's I don't care he's the WBO light heavyweight champion. I don't give two
He's the
flying
former.
fucks because Michael's.
He's the former.
Yeah.
Remember, Alvarez is the guy that got knocked out by a jab the other day. Alvarez got knocked out by Kovalev with the jab.
Andrew. Marsha. I'm starting to get into my prime.
He's running out of fights.
We haven't really done a good Fight Net Radio in a while where I drop all the good pop culture media references. How about you catch me outside? How about that, Andrew? And then slide into my DMs because I'm 16.
Hey, what's up, crazy girl?
What's up, crazy girl? What you doing at 2 a.m.?
You want to go to the movies? Can't take her to the club. You gotta take her to the movies. You want to go to the mall?
Okay, wait, Andrew, as both of us have 15-and-a-half-year-olds about to drive who are close to 16, if you picked up your daughter's phone and you saw that from a 30-year-old man
setting up, I might
fuck
get
the Atlanta police. Wait, hold on.
It's either gonna be murder one or assault, premeditated assault. I don't know which one. If I cave his head in, that's on me. If I don't, that's just assault. I could do that standing on my head.
I'm going to give you the real answer because you don't know this about yourself. You're not the one I'd worry about. It would be Junior that I worry about. Fucking Junior would fucking tape up a gun and do it Chicago style, right? He just walk up and put the gun to the back of his head and put him down.
It's yeah. I'm definitely gonna be the dad that sets up the date, and they'll be like, you guys be the judge.
Oh yeah, it's the Catch a Predator, right?
Did this father go too far?
Okay, and here's how much of a dick I am, right? I'd hire an actress to be my daughter, right? Because I wouldn't let my daughter be there. And I would do it totally like NBC style, right? I would do To Catch a Predator. Like I'd have the camera across the street with the Atlanta police and the FBI and have Broner come over, walk up the driveway, and then walk out and go, "Hi, I'm Lee Honish with Fight Net Radio. Are you here to meet a 16-year-old? No, the door was open. Really? Aren't you Adrien Broner? No, I'm breaking in. Sure you are. Could you see it? Wouldn't it be the best to catch a predator ever?
Broner is lucky that it ended with just this text of "text me, girl." That's not that bad, right? Listen, it's not a good look. It's gonna ruin him in his marketability.
He'll get over it. He'll get past it. Right now,
if they look into his DMs and he has any fucking pictures of his dick going to little girls out there in his Instagrams, that's where this guy is done. TMZ's already been through this once. They'll be throwing the book at the next guy that comes through this pop culture thinking they're going to be sleeping with little girls.
My favorite fight personally, and I'm happy to talk about this, January 11th, number 8 on Steve Kim's list of the next 2 months. Jaime Munguia versus the whitest white guy ever in boxing history, Spike O'Sullivan.
Right now, Lee, what is the over? I know we got to go, but I need an over-under on the girl that at least sends the accusation, right, that Broner slept with her.
Oh,
What's
no,
the over-under
somebody's sending
on
me a
this?
dick pic. Over-under is the next, well, now that it's out there, by the time we do the show next week, Andrew, there will be, somebody's going to issue at least a warrant to go look at his shit, right?
Yep.
And there's going to be some girl who's looking to get paid. By next Sunday, somebody's looking to get paid.
Yep.
Somebody's looking to get paid on this. Because I guarantee if Broner does this shit, he's been doing it with a lot of women.
A lot of girls.
Right?
That's right.
He's literally a hashtag Me Too guy waiting to happen.
That's right.
He is. And by the way, let me make this clear for 2020. There are real Me Too people and there are non-real Me Too people, right? Where we just accuse people randomly. In this particular case, he's Bill Cosby, for God's sakes. Like he's one step away from drugging people and like having sex at the club.
He's probably guilty, and he might even get accused if he's not guilty, because that's just the lifestyle that he's lived. It's the people he's hung around with, right?
I guarantee he's done a girl sideways who's going to come out in the next 5 days. I'm now looking forward to 2020 Fight Net Radio and our reoccurring segment, Adrien, I've got nothing but problems, Broner. Jaime Munguia takes on Spike O'Sullivan January 11th. My favorite fight of the next 2 months, personally, it would have been number 1 on my list, Andrew. Outside of Deontay. Look, Deontay is my favorite fight of the next 2 months, no doubt, right? I'm up. If that fight goes down, and I'm telling you my bold prediction of them proving that he's on drugs, makes me snort, dude. Makes me snort because I know Deontay. I don't know how the PBC and Deontay Wilder seem to pull off everybody being on drugs that he's fighting. But in this particular case, outside of that fight, my second favorite fight, Jaime Munguia destroying the oh-so-very white Spike O'Sullivan, who should have quietly stayed in Boston, fighting once a year. We talked about this last week. Fight once a year, right? Just go fight a Mexican or...
There's nothing that matters. This fight doesn't matter. This is a Jaime Munguia welcome to the middleweight division fight.
I like Jaime Munguia a lot. I do. I'm down with Jaime. I am too.
This matchup is fucking weak, bro. Spike O'Sullivan. But you get past his look. You get past
that mustache. You know what it is? I got to be honest. I don't mind white people. It's white people that he's got that curly Q.
He's not even Arturo Gatti.
I think he should fight no, seriously, based on the way Spike O'Sullivan looks, right? That really white with the curly mustache and the whole really white Irish thing. Why doesn't he fight like Marcus of Queensberry with the curled fists, right? Where they're curled back at you, like I'm getting ready to box you old-timey style. Wouldn't that help him? I think he should just lean into it like a cover band, right? If you're gonna cover a band, right?
This project, but this is a shitty ass project that he had to write in the first few weeks of the 2020 year. Look at this.
By the way, for everybody who got what I just said and laughed your asses off in your cars or you're watching the video, you're welcome. Andrew didn't like the joke as much as me, but I thought it was a great joke. Jesse Hart takes on Joe Smith Jr. Bold prediction. Neither of us are watching this fight. Let's move forward. And lastly, Julian Williams. J-Rock is still fucking fighting, bro.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's decent. You know,
Rosario?
decent Rosario. You ever heard of him? I haven't.
Nope. And that's Steve Kim's next 2 months. Now we've got you up to date. Let's move forward. Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia is getting serious, Andrew. Let's start to talk about this, right? This is getting put together. This is starting to look.
I would hold your horses on that.
I'm going to have to. I got to be honest, Andrew.
Gervonta Davis ain't that type of man. I don't know if you guys seen Gervonta Davis in his last press conference.
So this has been going. I've been tracking this one, Andrew. It's been going on for a couple of days where they've been saying that this fight is actually made, right? Like this is a real thing that's actually happening.
Stop it. You're starting to sound like me. This is Floyd Mayweather and De La Hoya. You think these two went to a negotiating table? No. Stop.
I'm telling you, based on what's floating and the way it's floating. Well, let's give him the story, shall we? Instead of Tank Davis accepting a challenge by Garcia, he questioned his popularity and star power. For Davis to be focusing, by the way, this sentence tells me that Gervonta Davis is actually a listener of Fight Net Radio. Was it not broken here on the show? Did I not say 100% Ryan Garcia's following is 100% fiction?
Well, yeah, but everyone's been doing that now because his fucking ratings don't show 2 million views. They don't even show 1 million. So, dude, but that's not the point. It is not Ryan Garcia that's holding up this fight. Ryan Garcia is itching to prove his greatness. The guy's opened his mouth against his promotional company, his promoter. Okay, he backed out of fights wanting more money.
What's important in boxing?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
All right.
He asked for a raise, got the raise, got a harder opponent, and then had the best knockout of his fucking career. Okay, Gervonta Davis fights a 38-year-old has-been who's been down 15 fucking times, blows his Achilles in round 2, and goes 12 rounds.
Yeah,
no,
I agree.
Gervonta Davis, after the fight, tells everyone he wants no part of Lomachenko, that they're not on the same path, even though both of them are fucking champions. He's 25 years old and he says he's still young. What a joke. Gervonta Davis is a fucking joke, and I don't care if he sees me and he's upset or what. What a fucking joke. Prize fighter, he's not. He's a part of that era that needs to go. These guys are no good for the sport. This thing is about prize fighting. He's undefeated and he's a champ. You should be wanting to prove yourself against the best. You're that guy. When you have that title, you're that fucking guy. There's no above you. You sit there and say that you're the best, but then when they say Lomachenko, oh, we're not on the same path. I don't want to call him what it is, but damn, what would they be calling him on the street? That's how you were talking when you got challenged.
A bitch.
That's right.
I'll say it again. Hashtag bitch.
That on the street, that's exactly what you'd be called if that's what you're fucking talking when someone says he wants to fight you.
I agree. I completely agree.
I lost all respect for him on that podium, bro. Lee, I'm dead serious. I could not believe a 25-year-old undefeated man was talking like that. Are you scared? Did your promoter tell you to say that? Are you serious? If you look at him, you guys, he almost looks scared as he's saying it. There's no confidence in the man's face at all as he's up there talking about how he's not on the same path as Lomachenko. Look at his eyes. You can see the bitch in him.
Bold prediction.
Ryan Garcia knocks his ass out. Out. Too much speed, too many punches.
Bold prediction. The fight ain't going to happen, Andrew.
It ain't going to happen. I know.
Sadly. But I could see Ryan Garcia fighting Lomachenko. I could see Bob and...
Yeah, Oscar overshooting it like Canelo Mayweather. Although you're absolutely right. Fight, do your fucking buzzer on that one.
Bold prediction there. Oscar thinks he's really got the guy to take Lomachenko out, and Bob goes, "Okay, wait,
Yeah,
joining
we'll
us
do
on
that
the
in a
phone
heartbeat."
for 2020, Oscar and Bob Arum joining us both on the show. Hey, fuckface, how you doing? How you doing in 2020, fucker? Still want to talk shit to my face?
Not so golden now.
Yeah. You know
No,
what?
but you're
Ryan?
right. No, Oscar wouldn't do that. It just set the kid up.
Hey, fuckface. Hey,
No.
fuckface.
Oscar
Ryan's
does
the
that because that's Oscar.
Ryan's the shit, dude.
No, exactly. That's De La Hoya
Ryan's
right
the
there.
shit. And I'm gonna tell that to Bob. What? You're gonna say what to my face, dickhead? Who made you, you little punk? You wouldn't have shit.
I feel Bob would like give him a quiz or something just to shut off Oscar. I think Bob knows all of Oscar's faults, right? There, no winning in that argument with the guy that made you.
2020, Oscar and Bob co-promote Ryan Garcia versus Lomachenko on Cinco de Mayo in Las Vegas.
He would be all hey Lee, he'd be on. You guys want to know something about his mother? No, dude. Right before he even says it, it's just he knows De La Hoya a little too good,
Hey, Oscar, why don't you tell me about Felix Strum again, you dick? Nearly cost me $1 million, you little puke. Hey, fuck Bob. I won that fight, eh? I won it, bro. What are you talking about?
But you're right. I would see Ryan Garcia Lomachenko before I see Davis Garcia. I would put money on that. I would put money. And if Ryan
Garcia, Cinco de Mayo in Vegas.
If Ryan could pull off that fight. Now remember, Teofimo Lopez might already gotten Lomachenko, so we got to remember that. That fight might already be signed for April.
Bob will keep it in the house if he can, right?
Yeah.
Bob has no shame in his
You got Devin Haney, he's on the sideline, but he's right there. You got this kid Garcia coming on strong now. You got Teofimo Lopez. They're all this division is hot. Tank Davis is not. Tank Davis looked like a one-dimensional what is it? No dedication. What is it? Second time he's missed weight? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
The guy moved. Lee, wait a minute. It's even worse. He moved up in weight and still missed weight.
Yeah. Right.
Fuck.
Yeah. I can't make an argument on that one, Andrew. I can't. T. Crawford tells 147 champion, quit ducking me. Good for you, Crawford. Crawford says he's got a new goal, and beginning of 2020, he wants to win another world title belt against one of the other 147 champions. Good luck, bro. Without naming any names, Crawford, 36-0 with 27 KOs, says he wants welterweight champions to stop ducking him. I don't blame him. What else can he do at this point, Andrew? Crawford is telling
fight Sean Porter. He needs to fight Sean Porter. Okay? What I don't want, Lee, I don't want Crawford to tell me this and then fight another Zlaglaskov or whoever the fuck that dude was the last time.
Look, it's not his fault. If nobody wants to fight him and sign the contract, what can the man do, right?
There are rumors that it was Terrence Crawford that told Bob Arum no on Sean Porter, and I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. I know he wants champions. I know he wants. Huh?
Are you on the boards again? I don't like it when you're on the boards. You get all these crazy ideas.
Hey, listen. That fight should be made already. He's the pound for pound best in the welterweight division, and Spence is on the sideline. Porter already lost to him. If Crawford really wanted that fight, this is like Mayweather, dude, back in the day. If you really want the fight, then get the fight done because you're the best. You're the one who dictates the money. Give Porter a raise. Tell Bob, you need to make it the highest paid paycheck Porter's ever had so I can get out of this fucking shell, this umbrella that he is stuck in right now of not being able to fight anybody in the PBC. If the PBC guys see Sean Porter make the biggest money of his life, you might have another guy that's willing to ask Heyman if they'll not be released, because remember, Heyman just puts on his manager hat. But Heyman might be willing to will and deal some of his other guys out to him if the pay's right. I think Crawford's at that time. Listen, they tried to take him down to 140. He didn't want that either. They tried to do the Mikey Garcia. Remember? Mikey's at ESPN. Mikey's talking. You might sign me. Nope, didn't happen. Probably didn't like the fact that Bob kept bringing up Terrence Crawford as the end day.
Nobody seems to. Okay. Here's my weird thing. Have we really seen Terrence Crawford get pushed yet?
No, and he's been
Right.
the undisputed in 2 divisions.
Right. No. And I completely get you. But my question is this. If that's the case, right, and the PBC's already jumped over the ESPN, they've already jumped over the line with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, right? Bob has figured out a way to work it out with Al. Like, it's been done now, right? We've already seen that they can cross the line one time for mega fights. My question is this. If you guys really think that you really have the best welterweights, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Right? You've already proved that you're willing to make the fight for the money, right? You proved it with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, right? That's the first real PBC top-ranked co-promoted event. It happened. It was a done deal, right? And I don't see why, right? So you've already broken the shell. You proved
Wait a minute. That fight hasn't taken place yet, Lee.
But it's at least on paper been done, Andrew.
Negotiated?
Like
okay, I'll give you that. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The contracts are in place. The arena's already sold out. Like, it's at least on paper a done fight, right?
Yes.
Why can't we do this with all your fucking welterweights? What am I missing here? Or are your welterweights all bullshit?
Well, they were trying to do a triangle, right? They were keeping all in-house. Pacquiao, Thurman, Spence. They wanted to keep ping-ponging these fights towards each other, and I think Spence fucking blew the plan. I really do.
Well, we're about to get to Spence in a couple of minutes, but
there we
I
go.
completely agree with you. Final bold prediction for Terrence Crawford for 2020, Andrew?
Fights Iskagolov in a rematch.
Iskagolov? Is that now our new derogatory term for all white guys from the MTK? Joining us on the phone, longtime contributor to the show. You knew this was going to happen. You knew that this was going to happen, right? Joining us on the show, top-ranked CEO, the man who's been alive since 1901, who promoted, I think, Jack Dempsey, based on what he tells us on the show. Joining us on the line, Andrew, as always, friend of the show, Bob. Good morning, Andrew.
How's it going? Yes, sir.
How are you? So,
doing good.
I didn't really want to do this now that the fight's real, but I got to be honest. I made some comments to a couple of news organizations like Boxing Scene and other places. I just wanted to share them here on the show and like air out my feelings, okay? I haven't seen a guy with that kind of one-punch knockout power. I mean, Deontay Wilder, I've never seen anything like it, Andrew. I got to be honest. I'm a little scared. It is actually, by fact, he doesn't know how to box. He just can't fucking box, Andrew. He is a horrible boxer, in fact. He puts on a clinic of how not to box, in fact, Andrew.
Yeah, no shit.
But he has a right hand that is like a goddamn laser beam, Andrew. It is the most unbelievable punch I've ever seen, but I find him to be a very vulnerable opponent. A little bit of Ali, a little bit of George Foreman. I mean, Tyson Fury is just fucking amazing, Andrew. I mean, I got to be perfectly honest. He blends a lot of strengths together with those styles with a little bit of Roberto Duran. He is my dream. And it reminds me of when I promoted Ali, Dempsey, Marcus of Queensberry, and some guy named Sullivan, I think. Whatever. Ali was such a brilliant self-promoter, but a lot of people would then give me credit for having him say that. I didn't get him to say that. Ali did that all on his own, Andrew. Well, okay, I got to be honest. I wrote all his shit, Andrew. It's the same way for Tyson Fury. The only input I have is to have my staff tell him where he has to be at a certain time. You don't tell Tyson Fury what to say. He sets his own rules. Thank you for joining us, Bob, for clarifying. I love these comments. What
I like about it is it means there's a real contract. Bob Arum is now promoting the fight.
Bob, wherever you are, Bob, when I do your voice and I make fun of you, Bob, I love you for these lines. He is a horrible boxer.
Can't lie.
He puts on a clinic of how not to box, but he has a right hand that is like a laser that will find the most vulnerable part of his opponent's anatomy. All right, he's fair. But this set of lines, this might be the greatest. Like, I think this is a T-shirt. I want a Deontay Wilder picture with it. He is a horrible boxer. He puts on a clinic of how not to box with quotes around it and then Bob Arum's name below it. And I'm going to wear it to the fight, Andrew.
Seriously,
I'm going to be perfectly honest.
Tyson Fury is not the best defensive fighter in the world, and I told you guys he wasn't going to be able to touch him. You put in someone like Ali, okay, or Mike Tyson. These garbage ass right hands are never finding their mark. I'm sorry. These guys are gone when you flinch, and now you're bow and arrowing your punch or throwing it in a looping angle. They're never going to be there. Now, if they're there, if they're tired in round 10 and you finally get them on the ropes and you hit them that one time, possible. It's possible he gets a knockout. But Deontay Wilder does not have a 100% knockout ratio. He had 2 men go the distance with him so far. So it's it's not 100% guaranteed he's going to knock you out when he touches you is what I'm trying to say. So we will see. We will see. But no, he is so bad technically, he is so badly. I do not have him even close to any of the greats yet. That won't be decided, you guys, until his run is over. Now, if Deontay makes a run where it's constant him touching these men one time and they fall out, well, yeah, at the end of the road, you got to say, well, fuck, dude, fuck what Joe Louis and Muhammad Ali and all these guys were able to do in the ring. This guy might have touched him once on the chin and dropped him. But right now, you're fucking crazy to say that he would ever stand in the ring with any of those other men. Technically, they were just superior athletes to what Deontay has shown in the ring.
By the way, for anybody listening, yes, I just made Bob Arum the new promoter of Jack Sullivan. So if you want to look up that historically, that makes Bob 200 years old, I think.
You're so stupid.
Moving forward, shall we? Anthony Joshua willing to lose the title to make a bigger fight. This came up, and Andrew said it, right? IBA, WBA, WBO heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua isn't worried about the slightest. If he's forced to give up the IBF or WBO titles, since he believes it will be worth it, he can get a bigger fight with the boxing public. Besides, Joshua believes he can win back whatever titles he vacates. You talked about this. The only reason I bring up this story is, once again, this is now really a thing, right? He's going to drop sticks and straps, right? Just to go and beat people up in a stadium. Joshua's the man right now. He did what he had to do. And now he's fighting the Klitschko style, right? Wow, I've got a 20-foot wingspan and I could stay outside and never let these little guys who can fucking hurt me inside. I don't blame him. Take the money every single time. I mean, at this point, why aren't you making for it? Again, shout out to Deontay Wilder. If you got the belt, dude, why aren't you making $40-50 million a fight? Like, I don't even understand that. Like, it's not even like a real thing in my numbers, right?
He made 85 million. Deontay made 3.
I don't know how Deontay Wilder isn't like suicidal at this point. Seriously, when he looks at Anthony Joshua, you gave up everything on DAZN. You gave up to sign with Showtime, who's basically out of professional boxing. I mean, they're doing amateurs.
Did you ever see the movie? Did you ever see the movie NWA?
Yes, Andrew, I did.
There's a scene in the movie where Ice Cube goes into his producer's office and tears the place up because he felt they were only giving the deals to Dr. Dre at the time and not him. I'm wondering why Deontay Wilder hasn't walked into the PBC and tore that fucking place up. He's definitely not.
Of Al Haymon, to be honest, I have to assume it
has to be, right?
Jedi mind tricks.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he's got superpowers. I don't know. I honestly, at this point, if Al Heyman is a real person, right? And he isn't.
Let's say that one more time for you guys that don't get it. Deontay Wilder made his guaranteed money was $3 million. Now people are saying that he made 20, so fuck it, give him 20. This guy made 85 million. You do the math. I don't get it,
bro. It's brutal.
I know
it's brutal.
Anthony
Joshua in his next fight is going to fight a Kubrat Pulev or an Alexander Usyk and make another $50 to $100 million at Wembley Arena, a stadium.
What's crazy too is he did it within half the fights.
Well, let's do this. All right, just so you guys who are watching the video, I'll bring it right up on the screen. All right, Anthony.
Oh, we already know. Anthony's in the 20s. Deontay's in the 40s. He did it within half the fight.
Net worth.
Oh.
Currently, his net worth is $60 million based on this. I'm sure it's more because we're not counting the last fight.
He's the richest boxer in the world. Keep saying it, though. He's one of the richest. So there you go.
Richest. One of the richest boxers in the world, right? And Deontay Wilder net worth. He is worth $30 million. And there you go. And he's, 50-0, 35 years old, like he's at the end of his career. And I'll go back and forth. This guy is young and on the way up. And he's already made, at least by August 30th, 2019, he's reported at 60. This guy is towards the end of his career, and he's at $30 million, Andrew.
I'm glad he's at 30, though. That's a big day. Remember, he was only at 15 a year ago or so. So I'm glad his net worth is going up. But, yeah, the numbers don't lie. He's not making what Anthony Joshua is making. He should be upset about that. Deontay Wilder,
based on the number of defenses and who he's fought, Andrew, I don't even think it's like a question.
Marketing-wise, Deontay Wilder should be the scariest man in America on the market. Deontay Wilder, his highlights,
one punch
like Mike
everything.
Tyson.
Yeah.
Hey, Lee, you could put a highlight reel together, Deontay Wilder, and every casual fan in America should be thinking about this guy when he fights. It is Al Heyman and the PBC's fault why he is not the Mike Tyson of this era.
Well, you've seen it with when Bob puts together an event, right? Like the media team puts together like those little knockout reels, those little things before they walk out to the ring, those really intense music things. Nobody does that shit for Deontay Wilder. Nobody does it. Like they're not buying time or buying commercials of Deontay Wilder literally putting people onto their knees, hitting them through the ropes, like one punch. Even if you just showed the clip of Tyson Fury getting one shot and going down at the end of the fight, like why wouldn't you have that promo reel running every 3.5 minutes during the Super Bowl, right? If I was Al Heyman and I was a promoter and a marketer, and I was about to have a $100 million fight with Tyson Fury, I'm buying Super Bowl ads. I got to be honest, right? And during that ad, it's going to just be Deontay Wilder, PBC, and it's just going to show knockouts, right? And I'm going to show it to every casual sports fan that is watching the Super Bowl this year.
Hey, I got to go soon, but here's something real fast. I know I keep dragging. She's going to cry. All right. Deontay Wilder started fighting in 2008. He's 42, 0, and 41. Why isn't he brought up for Fighter of the Decade? Anybody?
Because he fought shit on a stick.
Fuck out of here.
He fought so many shamalama ding dong. Andrew, he fought so many shamalama ding dongs that you can't even discuss it. For
42-0.
With 40 knockouts or something crazy
41
like that?
41 knockouts, bro.
Yeah, right, Andrew. Right. He should be talked about as possibly one of the greatest heavyweights of all time.
That's right.
When you fight, when you fight the bottom 10 of your division all the time, you're not pulling a Klitschko.
Not even the
you're
bottom
not clearing
10,
the division.
bro.
Yeah, I know. We've seen it. 15s, 20s, 30s, people that don't rank on any of the belts.
He had 42 fights in 11 fucking years, and he ain't even got a sniff of this decade of the year shit.
Not a sniff. No, it's right. It's still Klitschko. It's still Klitschko.
Yeah.
who stopped fighting years ago, Andrew. Klitschko stopped fighting years ago. Fucking tragic.
Yep. He was the most active. Listen, he was the most active fighter in this last decade, having 42-11. He has almost 11? Didn't he just break the list of the most heavyweight title defenses?
Yep.
I'm telling you, there's
WBC,
stuff there
absolutely.
that Deontay should be mad about, but whatever. I'll move on. I'm just
Let me
trying to
skip over to
tickets.
this. Because Deontay did this to himself, I got to be perfectly honest. And
Oh, there you go.
Hilarious, right? I love this. So Mike Tyson brutally tears into Deontay Wilder for recording an scathing attack. Why is this still here? Like, make this go away. Stop seeing this ad. Close. Okay, all right, cool, great. Can you close it? There we go. Boxing legend Mike Tyson accused Deontay Wilder of protecting his undefeated record by avoiding top heavyweights. He's embarrassing a pudgy-looking guy instead. The 34-year-old WBC champion has fought 43 professional fights and chalked up an incredible 42 wins with 41 by KO. But Wilder, who is often criticized for his boxing skills, as we all should, has been slated for his opponents and fighting heavyweights outside the top 10. Ahead of his Wilder clash with Tyson Fury in December, Iron Mike Tyson blasted the Bronze Bomber for fighting cherry-picked opponents instead of top heavyweight contenders. He told Trans World Sports, listen, Andrew, listen. I don't feel good, Mike Tyson. Listen, I'm sure these are good fighters, but they're not fighting everyone. All the good fighters are not fighting each other. Deontay Wilder, he's knocking out everyone, but he hasn't fought a rated guy yet. He should have fought a real guy before he fought Vladimir Klitschko, but he fought this other guy, the gentleman from Haiti, Bermain Stervine. He should fight some contenders. I'm not saying he's a bad fighter. He can't fight. But the last guy he fought, I don't know who he fought, some tubby dude. Fuck, Mike's the best. That's what's wrong about fighting now. That's why boxing is such a doldrum right now, because who is going to win the fight before the fight even starts. And the boxers are not even evenly matched. And if they don't want to fight guys who they believe are going to help them push themselves, then that shows that they don't have much confidence in their abilities. He should be embarrassing a pudgy-looking guy. That's what it looks like. It looks like he was going to win before the fight even started. That's not what boxing's all about. Kudos, Michael. That's the truth. You don't take our word for it. Take Mike Tyson, who all of you seem to think is the greatest heavyweight of all time.
Yeah, and
whatever.
What I would say to the fans that like talking about Wilder is now that guy because he's fought in Fury Ortiz twice and Fury twice. He didn't beat Fury. Okay, anyone with common sense knows that fight was fixed by the gentleman that had Deontay Wilder winning the fight without the knockdown. That man had it a fixed fight. That's a fixed card right there, because there is no way Deontay Wilder.
Andrew, that was Ice Cube. I saw Ice Cube interview.
Lee, I'm being serious right now because I hate this about the boxing world. The boxing world will sit there and remember one name on Saul Alvarez for his whole fucking career, but this guy that judged this heavyweight fight, where almost the whole world had Tyson Fury ahead on rounds, we had a judge that night have Deontay Wilder ahead without the fucking knockdown in the 12th. You give him the knockdown in the 12th, I see the argument for the draw. I said it when he dropped him. He just got a fucking draw. They're going to give this a draw. I knew it. But to show me a card that had Deontay winning without not going into the 12th, he already had Deontay ahead, you're a fucking liar. And that was a fixed card, and everyone should be talking about that judge. That judge should have been banned for life. That card was way worse than the draw that fucking Saul Alvarez got on Mayweather. A draw. This guy had Deontay Wilder winning 8 rounds in a fucking fight that he might have won 2. Get out of here. Whatever.
Bam, 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 bam.
That's what makes me sick about that night. How just everyone in America, what? That was a good fight. Fuck you guys, dude. If that was Saul Alvarez, you guys would be bitching today. I bet that Mexican judge, if that was Saul Alvarez, that Mexican judge would have been banned for life.
Okay. I need this really for me, Andrew. Okay. And I know that we have some very hardcore Wilder fans who listen to the show. I just know this based on the way we move shows and videos. What am I missing about Deontay Wilder that everybody fucking buys into?
His character.
Be objective. I need you to be objective about this. What
he has everything. Wilder has the body. He has the bad boy image, right? We all like the bad boy image guy in boxing. That's why Gabe Rosado, I've told you for years, have made money even though he fucking loses every fight. The tattoos, the fucking sunglasses, the way he talks on the mic. People are just attracted to the bad boy shit. That's what Deontay brings. He's a character. He's got tremendous power. He knocks people the fuck out. There are a lot of casual fans out there, Lee. They don't care about credentials. The UFC showed us this. They care about exciting fights that end in knockouts. That's what Deontay brings. But now Deontay is entering a part of his career where he's fighting the best of the world. And if anyone that knows boxing, it's really hard to fight at this level the way that Deontay does. And honestly, the first fight with Luis Ortiz, he's losing when he gets the knockout. The first fight with Tyson Fury, his second real big test in his career, he doesn't win at all. The only thing he wins is the knockdowns. But technically, that was a joke. When you are a heavyweight champ being credited with one punch per round, what the fuck?
There you go.
That's my daughter.
And that takes us to our featured story, Andrew, before I have to get rid of you. You've been waiting for this for weeks and weeks. Boxing News confirms police footage emerges from the night of Errol Spence's car crash. They found a goddamn loaded gun at the scene, Andrew.
So it's getting worse for him.
Footage from police body-worn cameras have now emerged showing videos of Errol Spence's car crash. On October 10th, the unified WBC IBF welterweight champion dramatically flipped his Ferrari in his hometown of Dallas, Texas. He remarkably escaped without any broken bones and has since recovered significantly, sure. Recently reappearing in public, kinda, to discuss the incident. Now through the body cam footage has begun published by TMZ showing two clips from the night of the crash. The first displays officers seeking a blood sample from those looking after Spence in the hospital, while the second shows them finding a fucking handgun at the scene of the accident. God damn it. It is understood that the blood sample was needed to test the boxer's alcohol level and was subsequently charged with a DWI. A police spokesman has told TMZ that they should not link the firearm to the boxer. They could not link. Of course they said that. A police spokesman has told TMZ that they could not link the firearm to the boxer, and so he does not face any legal issues over the weapon.
That's right. That's what I was going to say when you said that. I was like, well, how do they know it's his? It's fucked up. That's the loophole, though, right? No witnesses, right, bro. He's going to say it's not mine. As long as you don't have a fingerprint on that gun, it's not his.
What if it's registered to him?
They should. Well, you don't know. We don't know what kind of guy Roy Spence is. Maybe he's running around with a fucking water pistol. What I mean by that is you use it once and then you drive over a bridge and you throw it in the water. That could be what he's running around with. I don't know what type of person Spence is on the outside of the ring. You're right, Lee. Registered to him. What about fingerprinting the bullets? Someone had to put the bullets in the gun. Is there a print on one? It's really hard seeing that they're not charging him with the gun, but he might know. He might be a little street smart. Maybe he runs around with the gun that's he hasn't touched. Who knows, bro? You tell me. You think the cops are just throwing that charge away?
Oh no, they're not even remotely doing that. Like this is This is literally a car crash of humanity waiting to go down.
So he's running around with hot pistols? Is that what they're saying? Maybe it wasn't his. I don't know, man, because you hit it on the head. You would think he would be legit and that gun would be registered to him. So there would be no way out of this charge. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Just keep getting crazier and crazier and crazier for Errol Spence. But we like to keep that up to date for you guys. Go to fightnetradio.com. Sign up. It is 2020. We like to believe that we give you the most unique.
Zab Judah, I think, runs around with water pistols. I wouldn't think Spence does, right? You'd think Spence, that gun would be registered. He's from Texas. That's a hunter's state. You think he'd be legit, but who knows, man?
I was there the night of the handgun, which was pretty batshit crazy for Zab. I mean,
hey, did you know Zab Judah? Did you know Zab Judah is a gang member?
I'm not shocked by it.
I was. I really was. I didn't know. I was like, dude, aren't you like fucking 45 with Snoop Dogg? Come on now. But yeah, I guess he still says all that Crip stuff. He's always like, Crip this, Crip that. I'm like, what the hell, Zab? I think he's a grandpa,
down with the
dude.
LBC, man. What are you talking about?
Right? They're crazy. He's a crazy guy. I didn't know that, though. This guy made millions of dollars. Jesus.
Go to fightnetradio.com. Check everything out. It is 2020. We like to believe that based on us now doing this for over a decade and being the oldest and longest broadcasting, posting, streaming service on boxing and fighting and just fucking tomfoolery, that we bring you a unique perspective. We have literally had every amazing co-host and writer on the show. Andrew's been with me literally from the beginning. I personally want to say, as we start the next decade, I want to thank everybody, good, bad, or indifferent, or how they feel about me, and a lot of them hate me. I appreciate everything everybody's contributed to our brand, Andrew. Like, we are a very unique creature, right? It's always been a quality writer, a quality analyst like Andrew, and a fan. Andrew's a fan. And it's always been me being, how do you describe it? I'm just basically a dick. I mean, kind of, that's just how it plays out, right?
It matters what mood you're in when you wake up, Lee. You can be the boxing guy. You can be the asshole. Which one you want today? That's you.
But the truth is, I love boxing. I just love boxing for all its weird reasons. So go to fightnetradio.com, sign up, buy a shirt, sign up for a platform. We really do have a great platform. And for the love of God, please, 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 please go watch this video with Chavez Jr. I mean, I love the track video because that's still my first place, followed closely by what he did in the parking garage, right? The parking garage video is awesome.
Remember, you know what, Lee? Wait a minute, Lee.
I got to put these all together, right?
Hey, we need a poll. We need a poll, people. Was it the broom workout? The janitor's broom
workout, bro. Workout.
Damn.
We should vote.
Damn.
What is the craziest Chavez video? I got to pull them all together and make a compilation and then let people vote.
You
see
remember,
if I can make this damn thing go viral.
Hey, Lee, you know what I would like? I would like this video and the broom, and then to have little puppet. Was it Big Puppet? Remember in America Me when he's looking in the sky going, damn you. Just end it with that, bro. Like, yeah, that's all Mexicans talking right there.
Look, here's why this video is so special to me, Andrew. I got to be perfect about this particular video. The fact that it ends with a close-up of his all balls. Bro, dude, I'm telling you guys right now, if you're not watching the video, go watch it on Fight Net Radio. This thing right there, where he's just a round sack of balls with no shaft, is the best part of this fucking thing. Like, dude, did they really just paint leggings on you? Like, did you just get high at a rave shirt, blue hair, rave, and loafers? What's going on with you, brother? What happened in your life? Where did this all go so sideways for you? I mean, is there a penis in there? Like, because clearly he's got a lot of testosterone and he has big balls, Andrew. Like, would you not say that's a big set of balls? I mean, that's that's bull balls, right? Because he takes on every fight. I'll give him credit. He's the man, right? He's down. brother.
Ay.
Shout out
All
to
right.
2020 to Chavez Jr.
Hey,
you
he
are
did that for you, Lee. That was a fucking happy new year to Lee Honest right there.
Oh my God, I saw it and I watched it repeatedly again, like the Kennedy assassination. I watch his videos. Like I really have to, I know I pulled them all down and put them somewhere, but I'm going to have to go back on his Twitter and literally pull every single crazy Chavez Jr. video ever created.
And seriously, this is a country that loves this sport. You know what I mean? This is a country that absolutely loves boxing, and they have a douchebag like this. Just, they talk to his dad. Is he really training? Fuck, no, he's not training. Fuck him. He's out
Let me
high
use
right
my
now.
highlighter. Let me use the highlighter. This is the thing that I'm worried the most about, right?
I've been holding my daughter for the last 15 minutes, bro. I got to get out of here.
Everybody go to fightnetradio.com. Check out the video. Go on Facebook. Trust me, you will not.
His pants?
Yeah, he peed his pants right now. Wait, Andrew. It's starting to drip.
Oh my God. That is not right. So
And then I made a big puddle right here.
You have that drip
Like you
when you're
can't
on
handle
that
your
shit.
scandal, bro. Why are your shorts wet? There you go. Oh. If nothing more for you podcast people, just go watch the video on Facebook and just go to the very end of the show to just watch what I just did to make Andrew laugh. Because Chavez is literally paying, it's going everywhere, Andrew. It's going down the street. I mean, it's out of control. I mean, I can't stress this, and I should never get a yellow highlighter. Thank you, everybody. We will give you much more in 2020 and try to make you laugh and enjoy boxing the way we enjoy it. Thank you, everybody.
Fight Night Radio. FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee. Talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Night!